Italians just voted for an outwardly anti-globalist government led by Giorgia Meloni. They joined the Poles, the Hungarians, the far-right Swedish Democrats, pro-Brexit Britons, and of course, MAGA Americans in the growing anti-globalism coalition. The incoming Italian prime minister has labeled the international regime and globalist leftist ideology as enemies. The attack on the traditional family has especially struck a chord with Italians. It looks like Meloni is already making globalists nervous. Director of European Council on Foreign Relations, Mark Leonard, told the New York Times that people in Brussels are extremely anxious about Meloni becoming an EU prime minister. They've seen how disruptive Hungary's Prime Minister Orbán can be from a small country with no systemic role in the EU. Meloni, they said, could be a force for a much more virulent form of Euroscepticism. Oh no. Deep state media mouthpiece, The Atlantic magazine, shrieked this headline on September 23rd, "The Return of Fascism in Italy." Uh-oh. Unfortunately, even if that were close to true, people wouldn't believe it, thanks to a decades-long media propaganda campaign that abused the term to the point of making it unrecognizable. This may explain why these same media stooges don't recognize the definable fascist qualities of the Biden regime. Maybe they really do believe fascism is just right-wingers running around with flags. Speaking of truth, the John Birch Society has been working since 1958 to tell people, mainly Americans, about the globalist threat of one world government tyranny and how to defeat it. Along the way, however, we learned that our message, like the Biden regime, has no respect for borders. Our message has crossed over into countries all over the world. We have made many friends who want the same thing for their country that we want for ours. But so what? What does this all mean? Sentiment and spirited speeches, they're one thing, and we're seeing plenty of that, but driving results is quite another. I'm Paul Dragu, and in this episode of Freedom is the Cure, I'll be talking to an expert on the New World Order threat and what needs to happen next.